I recently started a YouTube channel with 0 subscribers and I was able to get 100,000 views in just 23 days. So how was I able to do this? And no, it was not using YouTube Shorts. I actually only had 2 long form videos that I posted and they just hit the YouTube algorithm and got me a ton of views. Now, one of the main reasons for the success of these videos was coming up with the right video ideas, as well as coming up with the right titles for these videos. Now, Jake, the guy in this video, is an expert when it comes to coming up with viral video ideas and how to title your YouTube videos. He shares 4 different ways to come up with viral YouTube video ideas, and we go over some very practical tips on how to come up with these video ideas and how to title your YouTube videos. And I use these 4 methods to blow up my YouTube channel, and so follow these so that you can blow up yours next.
You gotta just press record.
YouTube titles are so important for getting views on YouTube, and Jake has brought in millions of views from doing these 4 methods. And so I'm excited that you're going to share these with all of us. What is the first method?
Yeah, so the first method is the Picasso method. So supposedly Picasso said, good artists borrow, great artists steal.
He probably stole that quote. I mean, he probably did.
So with this method, you're stealing proven topics and hooks from your competitors, right? And this is the best method to use when you're first getting started. If you don't know what works in your industry, or if you just don't know how to write a good YouTube title, just model what works in your industry.
So I want to show people exactly how to do this, because one of the big mistakes that I see people making is they go to their competitor's channel, they'll go to most viewed, and they start copying the most viewed videos, but they might be like 5, 6, 8 years old, and those might not actually be getting views anymore. And so let's take a look at this fitness channel. It's called Athlete X. Let's say someone has a fitness channel. I want to see what you would do to steal his title. And there's a really cool tool that you can use in vidIQ called trending, which is going to allow you, if we click this right here, you're going to see that this is going to pull up the most views per hour. So these are videos that are actually pulling in a lot of views right now. And so before we actually look at this, I want you to see that this one's 4 days old. And so the reason this has so many views per hour is because it's new. So we're going to skip that one. I want to go to one that this one right here is a year old, has 7.7 million views, and it's getting almost 400 views per hour. Chest exercises ranked best to worst. How are you using the Picasso method to steal this in a fitness industry?
I'd probably do 10 chest exercises ranked best to worst. Also, leg exercises ranked best to worst. Ab exercises ranked best to worst. Just kind of remix it a little bit. So like worst chest exercises ranked, best chest exercises ranked. So we have like 5 video ideas right there just from this one. There's a good possibility that those are going to work well because this is proven to have already worked well.
And so I think a lot of it too is looking at these titles and trying to understand what about that is making someone click on this video, and then trying to slightly change it up so that you are not totally stealing, but you're more finding that inspiration.
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like people like things that are ranked. Like, oh, these are like ranked. Like these aren't just like 10 good chest exercises. Like just makes it way more interesting. It's a little bit more specific. We got a lot of chest up here. So yeah, chest is another hot topic. We just know that that is a good topic, so we'll do that one too. But yeah, I would probably just rank a bunch of different exercises. We have a really high likelihood of success because it's working here. Like if you want to increase the likelihood of success, you'll probably want to model it pretty closely. As you kind of get a little bit more comfortable and more confident, you can like switch it up, like ranking chest exercises, and maybe you're like trying each one, and like that's a different story. But it seems like people just want to know about exercises ranked. That is a proven topic for this channel, and just remix it a bunch of different ways. There's a really good likelihood that those are going to be great videos for you. All right. So the only problem with the Picasso method is that, well, actually there's 2 problems. You're always going to be like a step behind your competitors, right? Because you're modeling what works for them. And then also you're not being original, and you don't really have to be original to create to be successful on YouTube. But if you want to like kind of bring fresh information or fresh ideas to your audience, the Picasso method obviously isn't the one for you.
Before we get into the next method, I have a very important question. Do you have $1? Because right now, all it takes is $1 to get started on the vidIQ Boost plan. Usually this plan is $49 a month. So right now, if you go to vidiq.com/think, you can get 98% off your very first month. We use vidIQ all the time here at Think Media. It's one of the features that we are constantly telling people to snag because it is so good. One of my favorite features is the AI generated ideas and titles. That's going to help you never run out of ideas. And this is going to help you get more views on YouTube by coming up with really cool video ideas. And like you'll see in this video, we're using vidIQ all the time when we're figuring out what videos we want to make next.
So that's why we have the Musk method. So it's named after Elon Musk. Elon Musk is like famous for thinking in first principles. When you write a title, you want to think about first principles for what makes people click. We talked about chest exercises in the other one. So you have a proven topic, and then you think about that topic from first principles of what gets people to click, which are things like curiosity, fear, desire, authority, timeframes, timeliness.
I think it's also knowing your audience too, because someone in the male fitness realm, chest is like, that is what they want to fix first. I bet you we're seeing abs as well. And it makes sense. Like a lot of guys want a bigger chest, they want abs. And so those are kind of common things that we're seeing here. And what you're saying is to just look at the data and then try and think about why it's actually working for him.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like, so when you're writing titles with this method, you think of like, you find a topic. So chest exercises. All right, cool. And then you would add curiosity. Don't do this chest exercise, right? So that's, that kind of opens up a loop. It's also negativity. And then you can also say like, I would never do this chest exercise again. Or, the worst chest exercises ranked. So we're doing fear. We got warnings, a little bit of regret with, I would never do this chest exercise again. So we have curiosity. We have a little bit of negativity. You could give it a list, top 10 chest exercises. You could use authority, Arnold Schwarzenegger's top 10 chest exercises. We're taking a proven subject and we're applying all different things that actually make people to click. And that's going to give us some great video ideas and how to write a better title.
So curiosity is one of the things that I keep hearing. It makes a great title and even just great packaging and with the thumbnail. And so how do you add curiosity? Like you have a great example here where it says, do this to get rid of low back pain fast. I'm curious because I'm like, what is this thing that is going to get rid of my, pain point or whatever it is, right? How can you make a title that isn't way too broad where it's like, do this for amazing results? And it's kind of unclear what it is. And so when they click on, a lot of people, it's like, this isn't what I thought it was. And so they click off. How do you balance the curiosity in your title to actually be clear as to what the video is?
Well, that's a good question. So a lot of like other ways that you can get like interest in your titles is to talk about like, the current year. So like the best chest exercises in 2023 or whatever that is. This is probably not the greatest example because most exercises are kind of like, evergreen, but like, especially if you are in like technology or how-tos, like how to start a YouTube channel in 2023. I know it's like not exactly curiosity, but like it's nailing like what the audience really wants to know because they want to know, is this working now?
The viewer now knows they don't know what it is. There's still that curiosity there, but they know that there might be new tactics because it's timely. Or what you could do is say, do this to get views on YouTube for beginners. It makes it very clear as who the video is for, but it still leaves that curiosity. It's kind of like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, exactly. And you can like mix, like, so I'm calling them like click triggers. So you got beginners, time frames, timeliness, how to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube in 30 days. That makes the video way more like tangible. So you know exactly what that is. And it also like speaks to a desire too, because we're kind of like impatient. Like everybody's impatient. They want it now. So by adding a time frame to something makes people way more likely to click.
Dang, that is a power tip. Time frame, add that. I'm gonna try that in one of our upcoming videos. So the third method, you like to call this DJ Khaled. The DJ Khaled method is what it is. So explain to me the DJ Khaled method. This one's interesting, and I think this is the one that I need to work on more for Think Media.
The problem with the Picasso method is that you're pretty much copying your competitors, right? So you're not being original. The DJ Khaled method, you're copying people from outside of your niche. You're still using like proven hooks on YouTube because YouTube will tell you like you find like most popular or what's trending right now. There's something about this title that people like. So usually you can just kind of like swap out their topic for your topic. 20 Halloween candies you should never eat. That did really well for like an entertainment channel.
Yeah.
It was kind of like for kids. Like that's just like kind of random. If you had like a fitness channel, 10 back exercises you should never do. It's the same exact thing, but we're not copying because one is about Halloween candies and one is about back exercises.
I love that idea, but one of the things that I think sometimes I even struggle with, and I see a lot of people struggling with, is they'll try and take, for example, if we take a look at Mr. Beast's channel and we try and apply that to our audience, it can work. But a lot of people are like, why didn't it work for me on Think Media, or whatever their channel is? And it's because sometimes if they're there for entertainment, Mr. Beast style videos, a lot of people are just like, I'm going to go remix Mr. Beast videos. But if it is a fitness channel, if it is a cooking channel, sometimes just looking at other niches just outside. So if you have a cooking channel, maybe you look at bartending or coffee niche rather than someone who maybe is a big YouTuber, but it's entertainment. So I think be looking at other channels that are sharing education, but also at the end of the day, there's still viral videos. And so it goes back to like understanding why it went viral.
That's going to help you bring fresh content ideas to your audience, right? So I used to work for a fishing channel. At first, I was like really bad at writing YouTube titles. And my boss, he was on a podcast for a hunting channel. He came back and he's like, hey man, I was talking to these people and they said that newbie hunting gear did really well for them. And he's like, we're going to do a podcast about newbie fishing gear. I was like, all right, cool, we'll do that. And then we did that podcast. We sent it out to our email list. That was like our best podcast in like 3 months. We made like a bunch of money from that. Got like a bunch of clicks, a bunch of views. That was when like the light bulb went off. It's like, okay, cool. I don't need to be original. I just need to find what is proven to work. And also with the DJ Khaled method, by going to kind of like adjacent industries, right? You're not copying and you're bringing original stuff, and you're going to increase the likelihood that you're actually going to be successful because it's already proven.
So the ultimate title hack that you can do for the DJ Khaled method is going to creatorhooks.com. And I'm not just saying that, like I literally go there every single Tuesday and I check my email and I check, it's a free newsletter that you created. And what you do, what I love about it is you send 5 different titles that you're looking at videos that get a lot more views than subscribers. And I always go there, I read them, and I find a way to, now I know it's called the DJ Khaled method. I've been doing it all along. And so then I'm like, how can I take this and apply it to my niche? And it is the biggest life hack. It's like having a buddy be like, hey, this worked really well. And it's like current. And then you can look at it and be like, all right, I'm gonna try that on my channel. I've seen that for Think Media work really well for us. And so literally life hack, link in the description if you want to check it out. It's a free newsletter. But I just personally use it every single week. And so I wanted to shout that out because that is the DJ Khaled method. Your newsletter is the DJ Khaled method.
So another cool thing that you can do if you already have your topic is to just like search your topic. You can filter by most popular if you want, and like try to see like what's actually working well. There is a couple issues with that because you might see like a lot of like, you know, random entertainment stuff. It's not really relevant, but that can help you find some like kind of diamonds in the rough there. And you'll see some titles that are working well, and then that'll help get the wheels spinning and get you new ideas there.
Right. So all you do, like if you had a plants channel, you would type in indoor plants, right? And then from there, maybe you don't have a title, but you said if you have the idea, put the idea in and then find that inspiration by, you know, going to view count. These are basically ideas to see what's working. So, and then you just kind of go through here and then you make it your own.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, so filter by view, check out, you know, top 20, don't filter by anything. Just like check out the top 20. And just by reading those, like there's 40 titles right there. That's going to help get the wheels spinning so that you can write a good title of your own.
I love that idea. Another thing you can do is go to filter. And then if you also go from view count and you change it to, for example, this month, this could be a lot more, maybe if there's trends happening, then you could see this month what's going viral. So right here, you have repotting for new indoor plants. And so maybe there's just a lot of people, you know, replanting and like, I want to get a replanting video out there on my plants channel. This is going to give you like unlimited ideas.
Yep, definitely. And that's the 4th method, which is the search and destroy method.